Thank you so much for participating in my Tower project in this podcast version, Tower Bridging Voices on Climate Change. This project is to highlight climate change experiences and our connections to nature from around the world. Thank you so much for participating. Hannes, could you share a little bit about where you are from and who you are?
Thanks for asking me to participate. I'm Hannes Eger. I live in the Alps, in the Italian Alps, close to the border to Austria. And I'm an artist. I'm a conceptual artist, and I work a lot with relational projects.
Thank you for sharing that. My first question relates to nature, and I just would like to know what nature means to you.
I grew up in the mountains and I usually spend a lot of time in the mountains. I started in Vienna and I choose to come back in this countryside area because I like the nature. So I need the nature for one, so to calm down and also to think. For me, thinking it's important. It's a process and I walk a lot. Yeah, I hike a lot because for me this hiking is a sort of I can think well hiking. So for me nature is important in this sense, and I'm
Mm.
always looking for nature.
I connect with walking as I kind of think of it as like sort of a motor, and it helps me think.
Yeah, it's peripatos, so it's that. Yeah, it's moving. Also the, yeah, of course the mind is moving, so by walking. Yeah.
Hmm. If you could describe to the listeners, viewers, this landscape that is so dear to you, this natural
Mm.
landscape,
How
and
can I
how it makes you feel a little more.
how it makes me feel? How can I describe it? So it's a landscape with quite high mountains. So it means we have glaciers there. Yeah, as you mentioned before, it's on the south side of the Alps. Yeah, this makes a huge change. So the north side, it's really different from the south side. So it's quite sunny there. It's not raining a lot. It's quite a dry climate. We have a lot of sunny days. The rocks are different because the Alps are formed from it's a pressure from these plates. So this is basic of this geology, and there you can find a lot of different stones. Yeah, and this means also the water tastes differently on several places. So this is quite interesting for me.
That's very interesting to hear. Uh, Now, you have been observing this landscape for a long time. Could you share about the changes that have been happening, the environmental changes that have
Mhm.
happened?
I see it more in the high mountains. So I started to hike or to climb more than 20 years ago. Yeah, and it's at the beginning just for fun, and it's also fun today. Yeah, and I spent mainly in the summertime 1 or 2 days a week in the mountains, in the high mountains. And what I can say, it's really impressive that I mean I remember glaciers from I don't know 10, 15, 20 years ago, and there aren't there anymore. So it's really changing. So I can really remember a different landscape, and I can not only remember on photos. If we compare photos from glaciers, we always see them. Let's say. This the longness of the glaciers, but it's more impressive to see the volume, yeah, to be today on a peak that once it was covered, or to cross a valley maybe with 50, 80 meters deep, and maybe 15 years ago there was a glacier, and now it's a hole. So it's really impressive to see this.
Impressive to see this lack of glacier or
Yeah, so because you also in the landscape you can see this lack because there's no vegetation. So you really see and you can feel that some years ago it was covered. There was something there, and now it's empty. And you feel it, you see it in the landscape, you see it on the rocks, you see it on the slides of the rocks, and it's impressive. It's I don't know. It's also sad. Yeah, often I'm sitting there, and it's really a feeling of that's missing something.
Wow, that word empty and missing something that those really resonate with me. Like give me chills like thinking about that.
In front or on a glacier, it you have to feel him that it's this ice is so fixed, yeah, so it's so stable, it's so hard, it's so present, it's so there, it's so cold, yeah, and then you have this lack of it isn't there anymore, yeah, and also it's not only that the glacier is changing, also the rocks are changing, because with this the permafrost is going, yeah, and that means that also rocks are falling down. So today I remember routes I did years ago. I can't do them anymore because they are closed, because it's too dangerous to pass there, because the rocks are falling down. So the Alps are fall, yeah,
Mm.
stones are coming down.
Yeah, and that can be dangerous to people. I remember hearing in the news that there was a large rock slide, maybe it was in Switzerland. The
Hmm.
whole village was covered by the landslide of the
Exactly.
rock.
Yeah, it happened this summer, yeah, or in springtime, yeah.
I was also really interested in how it's like the way you are describing the glacier and you're describing the rocks. It's like they are alive in some ways. Like it's like it felt like they were so stable and so durable and fixed, but
Mhm.
now
Mhm.
they have slowly disappeared.
Maybe it's a human, or it's my impression, yeah. When you see a mountain from far, it seems so fixed, it seems so durable, it seems so, uh, yeah, it seems so, yeah, fix in some way.
Mhm.
And then when you go closer, of course, nothing is so fixed as it appears. Yeah, all is a little bit in flow in some way. So it's not a mountain. It's not one mass of something. Yeah, but nowadays with this ice in the rocks is holding it together. So it's ice together, it's glued together in some way. And if this ice is melting, of course, these stones are falling apart. Yeah, and this is and often now this summer. I had this experience that I really tried to start to hike really in the morning, because in the morning it's fresh, it's colder, and in the afternoon it starts to be more dangerous in several high level areas. Yeah, because of this permafrost isn't so gluing together anymore.
Mhm. This is a big thing, but do you think there are any solutions or do you have any hope around this issue?
Mm, um, hope solutions. I mean, climate is changing, or it seems so, yeah, at the moment, yeah. And I have no hope in hope. I mean, nature is changing. world is changing, weather is changing. So I know about this. I discussed it days ago with someone about this. They are trying to cover glaciers with canvases or plastic or whatever. What I think this makes, yeah, oh, I mean, for science reason, maybe it can be interesting, but it's for sure it's not the solution. So it's not. I think we have to adapt. We have to find new. Yeah, it's changing. I think it's maybe it can be stopped or not, whatever. I believe the change is there, and we can. No, I don't have hope that we are going to keep these glaciers in the Alps. So I really, I'm convinced that they are gone. So in 30 or 50 years, we have no glaciers in the Alps. That's quite sure for me.
In your daily life, are you trying to somehow raise awareness, or how does this affect your daily life or your work?
My work, not really. My work is based on more on the relation between people. So it has not so much to do with nature. For me, it's more this. I feel it more when I'm outside. I feel it more when I'm in the nature, yeah, or when I see that trees are growing higher on the mountains or so. No, it for me, it's not an issue in my work. It's
Hmm.
more a personal, maybe it's more an intimate relation I have with with the landscape. So it has nothing to do with my work. Yeah, my work is something that it goes outside of me. Yeah, this is more, yeah, I would say more a private, intimate relation I have with this specific landscape and with my surroundings.
Hmm. Would you like to share your native language is German, and you said with the Austrian Austrian accent. Would you like to share something to your people, um, your observations of the Alps that
Hmm.
you've
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
walking, hiking
Yeah.
for so many
Hmm.
years?
Hmm. I can do it in two languages. I can do it in German and Italian because we speak these two languages in this region I'm coming from.
That's great.
Ähm, Also, was mir schon so immer wieder auffällt beim Wandern in den Bergen, ich bin relativ viel in den Bergen, so seit circa 20 Jahren. Und mir fällt einfach selbst auf, also es gibt Stellen heute, wo es heute keine Gletscher gibt, und ich kann mich einfach an diese Gletscher erinnern und vor allem an diesen Höhenunterschied, also weniger die Länge der Gletscher macht Eindruck, die jetzt fehlen, sondern vor allem das Volumen. Also es gibt da Täler, die sind 50 oder 80 Meter tief. Heute, die waren vor 15, 20 Jahren, konnte man dort über die Gletscher drüber gehen, und jetzt sind es Täler. Also das ist sehr beeindruckend oder auch aufwühlend. Lo posso dire anche in italiano. Io da più o meno 20 anni giro, sì, passo tanto tempo in alta montagna, in alta quota, soprattutto d'estate. E quello che mi fa impressione è che passo spesso in zone dove io mi ricordo dei ghiacciai che non ci sono più, o ci sono o sono ridotti. Cioè è impressionante di anno in anno di passare in certe zone e di vedere come il paesaggio si cambia, perché i ghiacciai non ci sono più, e quello non vuol dire solo in lunghezza di ghiacciaio, però soprattutto di volume, cioè passando delle oggi che sono delle valli di una profondità di 50, 70, 80 metri, 15, 10 o 20 anni fa, lì, e quelli erano coperti di ghiacciai, cioè questo fa impressione.
Thank you, Hannes, so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your experience. It's very interesting to learn about the glaciers from someone who's been observing them for so many years. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.